Okay, so verbs. This is a little bit more intuitive because there's more changes like this in English, and if especially you're familiar with any Romance language, this will be really familiar with you for conjugations. So let's go back to let's say to be. This is considered the infinitive version of the verb. To be, it's just like general. It doesn't carry any meaning. It's just you know what I mean. So in English, this is one of the very few heavily conjugated verbs. And you want to know what I mean. So say you want to use this word. So if you were to say I with to be, it would be I am. And then with you, it would be you are. And then it would be he/she is. And then we are, you are. Yeah, it's the same, singular and plural. Then they are. So as you can see, this changes depending on the person. So first person, second person, third person, and the number of the subject. So singular, plural. Most words in English follow a pretty simple pattern. It's I walk, you walk, he, she. Man, that was bad. Walks, and then and then everything else is just walk. So we have the S. That's like the one example of widespread conjugation we have in English, but it is a good start. So primarily it's just to show that whoever the subject is affects how the verb is spelled out. So yeah, let's take an example in Tantese, the word to walk. So that's kam, which is the infinitive version of the word. So kam directly means to walk. So that's to walk. So the way that this will be conjugated is there's a very specific way that the words are changed. If, like I said, if you know Spanish or anything, this will be very reminiscent for you. But you'll use what is called a verb tree. And in each of these, if you could actually see what this looks like here by doing that. That's what this is, essentially. You may notice that there's one more. I'll get to that. So com infinitive. So when you conjugate these, this becomes kami, kama, kamo, kame, kamide, kamade, kamode, and kamebe. So, it's kind of similar to how you can make these in any order. By showing them what the subject is, you actually don't often need to say, like, if it's a subject pronoun, you don't need to say who it is. Like kami always means I walk, so you don't actually need to put the word for I, which is von. Actually, I might need to. Okay, pronouns. They follow these. So like the masculine would be I's, von, and then for feminine, then I's, va. And it pretty much just follows this. It's a little bit different. Maybe I'll go into that. But yeah. Yeah, you know what? I will do that right now. So for the masculine, if we follow this chart, it's important that you understand what this chart is. So this is first person. So I, we, second person, you, and in English, it's also you. Then third person is he, she, and then they. This I added to this language. This is impersonal. So that would be it, because it's not a person. I think it's makes more sense to make that not third person, make it its own thing. So that's it. And this would be they, like it would be that, I don't know. I can't think of an example, but it's they when it's not referring to people. So, so the pronouns would be for masculine. It would be, and of course, this is all different depending on the case. Let's just say this is nominative. Then this would be von, con, what was it? Ron. And then this is nos, Jos. What was it? Los and dos. So this is explicitly for the nominative. If it was accusative, then it would be vo, do, go, ro, and yeah, it follows the pattern. Then for feminine, it's va, da, no, not tai, da, ga, ra, and then that's nas, jas, las, and das. So yeah, those are the nominative pronouns when you use it as a subject. So kami, it essentially means the same thing as saying von kami, which I walk, but you don't need to say von because kami already shows you that it's I walk. It's not you walk because you walk would be don kama. So kami is I walk, kama is you walk. So this is explicitly the imperfect present conjugations. So all of these talk about things that are happening right now. There's I walk, you walk, he, she walks, it walks, we walk, yada, yada. But if you wanted to say like I walked or I will walk, you'll need different conjugations. I probably won't go into too much detail because once you understand it in one area, you'll pretty much understand in the other areas. But say you were to have it in if you wanted to do past, it would be, hold on. Put it too close to the other words. So past, that becomes gamia, gamava. I would put kama, but that wouldn't make much sense. So kamava, gamoa, and kamea. These all follow really similar conjugations going this way. And then this is gamada. No, wait. No. Gamida. Then this is kamada, gamoda, and gameda. Pretty similar. You can see the pattern most likely. The first person's E, second person's A, third person's O, and impersonal is A. And then the endings change, but that will always stay the same. Then the future tense is gamio, gamavo, gamovo, gameo, gamido, gamado, gamodo, and gamedo. So I know it's really easy to just be like, this is the past future, but it makes sense if you understand, to understand like what they actually mean. So gamia means I walked. Gamava means you walked. Gamoa means he or she walked. Gamida means we walked. And then yada yada. Future camio is I will walk. Gamavo is you will walk. So there's just there's a bunch of different conjugations. There's a lot more conjugations. For example, there's the this is imperfect aspect, but when it's imperfect aspect, that's the same as being like I have walked. Then this is all in the indicative mood. There's other moods, but we don't need to get in that. There's subjunctive, where you're not saying something happened, you're just like implying, you're using it as an example of what might happen. There's interrogative, which is where you're asking like, will I walk? Then you would not use this, you'd use a totally different one. There's imperative where you're commanding. There's a lot more, but I think this gives a good basis for the language. And yeah, it's a lot more, but